So Yogesh is an award-winning speaker, entrepreneur, best-selling author, and strategist who has addressed distinguished audiences such as European Parliament, WEF, attended by the world's most influential speakers, thinkers, leaders, and the IITs, whose alumni include Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, N.R. Narayan Murthy, co-founder of Infosys, and Vinod Khosla, co-founder of Sun Microsystems, with a specialized focus on sales, persuasion, and influence. He has been felicitated as Mumbai's University most distinguished alumni as a leader in his field, along with others such as Mahatma Gandhi, Mukesh Ambani, and Anji Reddy. With over 2 decades of experience, he has impacted over 20 million people in over 1,000 organizations from over 100 countries. He has shared and spoken at global platforms where other speakers have included His Holiness Dalai Lama and late President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and Ranveer Singh. Yogesh?
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation, but I can't see you somehow. Okay, back to meeting. Okay, now I can see you. Now I can see you. Great.
Yep.
Great. Great. Let's start. Thank you very much for the presentation. Introduction, Sajal. You made me sound nicer than I really am.
Great, great, great. I guess this is Mr. Hari.
Yeah, that's Hari, yes.
Yeah.
That's Hari there, yes. Where are the other participants? How do we see participants? Who else is there?
So the attendees, Hari, can you please switch your camera off, video camera? Yeah. Yeah.
How do we see the other participants? Can we see them?
No, we cannot see them. They can type their questions. So on the right hand side, I see there's panelists and attendees.
Okay,
so
on
they are the
right.
attendees.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So we can see chatting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I can see on the right side. Yes. Great.
Right. So shall I start with the intro again, or what? Because I guess Hari came in.
Perfect. Perfect. Let's continue. Ask for the question.
Okay. So welcome to our platform, Yogesh. And truly, since I've spoken, I've been really looking forward to this session. And the topic is really interesting. The hashtag #1 success superpower to grow your income and wealth during challenging times. So let's begin with the question answers. Okay. So my first question to you, Yogesh, is, since these are challenging times for everyone, what is that one skill required that can help in maintaining the cash inflows in the time of losses?
Thanks for the question, Sajil. What I'll share is, I'll share a personal story to help you understand what we did and also what everybody could do. So, when this lockdown was announced, it was not first announced in India, and we had a couple of speaking engagements. So we had some engagements in Hong Kong and Singapore. And I think the Singapore one was with you or with some other speaking bureau. This was for a French company called Sodexo. And we were all excited. And we had 5 speaking engagements in India. So we had 7 speaking engagements, which means revenue for us, for our team, for everybody. And the first thing that got cancelled was Singapore and Hong Kong. So, we said, okay, who have gotten cancelled? We still have India, we have not been affected. So we're still happy. The team got a little sad. You get a little sad when you have a deal and then it doesn't work. Okay, we still have 5. Let's stay positive. And suddenly, one fine day, the government sends us a notice. They send us a beautiful love letter. And the love letter says, all events are cancelled, no speaking, no meeting. And you guys also might have got it. And
yeah, exactly.
Since you are in a leadership position, you should inform all corporates, make a short video, send everybody, work from home. So 7 deals got cancelled. So, that's 60, 70 lakhs worth of business which got cancelled. And the first thing, any normal person will do, no matter how positive you are, I got angry, I got a little agitated. Why did this happen? What's the reason, And, it's the same thing happens to the team. But then I said, okay, let me pause. And okay, this has happened. This is the reality. It's a good thing, the government took action. It's for our own safety. So I asked a different question. And I feel the question we asked really defines things. So I and everybody asked a question. How can we benefit from this? So if you're watching this or anywhere, if you just ask yourself, how can we benefit from this? how can I benefit from this? No matter how bad or tough the situation is, if you ask yourself, how can I benefit from this? We'll get answers. So immediately no answer came, and the first thing, our mind locks down. How can we benefit? You do physical seminars, you meet people. People want that energy, people want that excitement. It's cancelled. You can't benefit. So I asked myself, okay, if I could benefit, if there was something I could do, what could I do? So I kept asking, and finally we got an idea. We said, okay, if this is a challenge we are facing, this would also be a challenge all our clients are facing. So
Right.
all our clients, large companies, $2 billion, $3 billion turnover, smaller mid-sized companies, $100 million turnover, everybody, or even if you're a small startup, an entrepreneur, just starting out, even if you're an individual, you're working in the events industry, you're working in any industry, or even if you're employed, you're facing a salary cut. So we said, okay, everybody is facing this challenge. Now, what can we do to help? What can we do to add value? And we figured uh, one skill everybody would need right now is the ability to influence. Because when the market opens up, or even now, the ability to influence, the ability to sell. So, because sales are challenging, so the ability to influence, sales, many times people have a lot of conceptions, the person might be manipulative, shrewd, whatever, but I believe it's more about influence. So, the ability to influence and also to have a mindset where you're looking for opportunities. So, we came up with a program called Maximizing Opportunities During Challenging Times. And we set up our whole platform, online platform, and we just sent a small message to all our clients. We said, this is what we have, it's online. And we knew what they had in their minds. So people might have doubts, will this work, will this not work? And these are people we have a relationship. We sent them just a small, very short message that now we are doing this online, and whatever we do, you pay based on the value you get. So in the beginning, for our session 1 hour, you might have to 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs, whatever. But now, because it's new, we want you to experience it. We didn't keep it free. We said we want you to experience it, and we have a special system. You pay us whatever value you feel your company gets. And we sent that because we wanted them to act. And we said, now is the time to serve. So we want to give you value. We want to serve your people. So we sent out messages, so one person, one of the companies said, okay, let's start it out. And we said, okay, since it's the first, whatever money we get, we'll give it to charity. And we started out, this is a group called Kisna, Hare Krishna Exports, started by somebody called the Dholakia family. You might have heard them in the news. They gave around 50 crores of cars and houses to their employees. You Mercedes Benz to high performers. And the owner has studied only till the 4th standard. And they are a multi-billion-dollar. And so the owners were there. So we had people, the owners, the promoters. So somebody from Belgium, somebody from Surat, somebody from Bombay. So 400 people, more than 400 people from their team took part in that program. It was supposed to be for 1 hour, but it went on for 2 hours because there was a lot of interaction. And we made 2.5 lakhs out of it. Yeah. So they said, okay, we'll give 2. We said, okay, no problem, let's start. And all of that money we gave to charity. And that led to 15 more such deals. So we did a lot more business. So earlier we had 7. We do the business, and I'm sitting in my home, comfortably. So every challenge is an opportunity if you ask the right question. If you use the ability to influence, and the ability to influence shouldn't be about me. It should be about what I can do for the other person, how I can help, how I can serve. So I feel right now, the best thing you can do is grow your ability to influence and see how you can serve people better.
Great, great, great. Well, that's very inspiring, in fact. So since we are talking about sales and we're talking about influencing, so what are the strategies that any entrepreneur can start commencing to increase their sales right now?
Okay, so this session will be short, so I can't share all the things. And there are a couple of things which you could start off.
Yeah.
So there's something. I believe there are 4 things you could do to succeed at anything. And influence plays a very powerful role. I'll share these 4 things with you. So this is, let's say you are at point A, okay, in your life, and you want to go up point B. What do you need? Let's say there's a hill. There's a hill, Sajal. Hill, and on the top of the hill, there's a beautiful girl, for example. Are you married, Sajal? Or
No, not married.
You're single, okay. So are you single or you have a...
Yeah. No, I'm single.
Imagine most beautiful girl on the top of the hill. The most beautiful girl, she's on the top of the hill. Like the girl of your dreams. She's beautiful. She loves you. She cares about you. You know, she's very sexy. Everything you want in a girl. Assuming a girl or a guy, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Now you want to go to the top of the hill, and what do you need to move up the hill? Let's say it's 20, 30, 40, 50 kilometers up. What would you need? You would need a
equipments. We need equipments to go up there.
no, you could drive down. You need a vehicle probably.
Okay, so the determination.
No, you need a car, for example. You need a vehicle, right? You want to go up. You want to drive.
Yeah.
You want to go up. You need a vehicle, right? Some sort of vehicle. It could be a cycle. If you want to challenge yourself more, you could have equipment. But I'm assuming there's a road, so you need.
Okay.
You need in life too. I feel if you're at point A, let's say I'm here, and I want to move up here or higher up, and all the time I want to move up. So when I start, I used to sell toys when I was a 5-year-old, but I wanted to move up. So if you want to move up in life, you need a vehicle, and you could write this down. What I call the SUV. So what is an SUV? It's a success utility vehicle. So all of you watching, you could write it down. A success utility vehicle, and therefore any vehicle and any car or any vehicle, there are 4 wheels. I'll share the 4 wheels. You could draw it out. You too, you could draw it out. So you draw 4 wheels, like 4 wheels. It's fun. Just try it out. Draw out 4.
I'll have to
like
search for a pen and paper.
Well, everybody should have a pen.
Okay.
Having a pen and paper.
Well, I guess right now I don't have my pen, but I'll surely do it. You can just let me know.
Okay. Do you have a mobile phone nearby, or are you on the mobile right now?
Yeah, I have a mobile phone nearby.
Draw it out on your mobile.
Yeah, I have a mobile phone nearby.
You have something known as like a drawing.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, draw it out, and you could show it too. And everybody.
I'm just looking for.
I think there's anybody anybody in the audience know the app on which you could draw? I know.
Right now, I don't have anything. The app where I can draw.
You have a notepad. You have a notepad.
I have, but I have to go and search for a pen.
No, a digital notepad, like an app, a digital notepad. Do you have a digital notepad?
No, in this way, I don't have.
You have a digital notepad, I'm sure.
No, not that. Actually, I'm on my other phone.
Okay, you have. So you visualize it. Somebody in the chat. Notepad, word 2, yes, we have.
So let's.
Urbi, she's saying notepad, yes, people can use it. Moin, yes, you can use notepad, you can use Word.
I'll start using Word.
Okay, you can go. So now write it down.
Yeah.
You can write it down. So the first thing you need, so if you look at a car, you look at a success utility vehicle, the first thing you need is M. And what does M stand for? M stands for mindset. What's your mindset?
Yeah.
If you get a challenge, is your mindset, oh my God, oh shit, it's all over? Or, we could do something about it. So the first thing is, what are the questions you ask? What are your belief systems? What is your mindset? Is your mindset that whatever I want, I can do? Or is it, let's give up? So your mindset finds a lot of things. In anything in life, I'll share a few case studies and examples. So the first thing is your mindset. If your mindset is, I am special, I am unique, I have come on this planet to do something special, I have certain gifts, the divine has given me certain gifts. If you believe in God, if you believe in the divine, even if you don't believe in the divine, even if you don't believe in God, I'm sure you believe in science. And right from the moment you were born, you were the winning sperm. If you look at it that way, because there were millions of sperms, right, who wanted to fertilize the egg, but you were the one who did it. So if you have that mindset, okay, I am a unique sperm, I'm the winning sperm. There were millions of people competing, but I was the one who fertilized that egg. So I'm beautiful if you don't believe in the divine. So if your mindset is that, you will move ahead. So if your mindset is, possibilities are there, I can serve people, I can help people, people are basically good, you start thinking that way. So that's the first thing. It starts with your mindset. Anybody who's on the top has a mindset where they believe they are the best. So even before we have done it, even before I've done it, I believe already I'm the best. So that's very important. I believe I can do it. So that's the first thing, mindset. The second thing in the success utility vehicle wheel, so the first thing is mindset. The second thing is S. What does S
Mindset.
stand for? First is mindset, that's M. So that's the M.
Yeah.
The second wheel, so you have 4 wheels in anything. The second wheel is your skill set. What is your skill set? What services do you have? So whatever you're doing, let us say you're a digital marketer, what is your skill set? The ability to digitally market. If you're an architect, what is your skill? Architecture. If you're a doctor, what is your skill? Medicine. So what is your unique skill set? If you're an author, or you're into business, or you are an engineer, or if you're a software engineer, so what is your skill set? What do you understand very, very well? What have you focused on? This is very important. So the first is mindset. The second is skill set.
Skill set.
Your skills. What skills do you have? What services do you offer? So you look at Virat Kohli. What is his skill set? You could type it down. What is his skill set to the audience? I can read it. So Virat Kohli, for example, assuming many of you are from India, what is his skill set? His skill set would be what?
Let's make it an interactive session and let the audience answer.
Yeah, batting, exactly, Pawan.
Batting,
so
right.
Cricket, batting, yeah. So his skill set is batting. Or absolutely, Avinav. His skill set is batting. Now, similarly, straight dive. Okay, Hari is more particular.
Hari is saying straight dive. He's more technical right now.
Or if you look at A.R. Rahman, what is A.R. Rahman's skill set? What is A.R. Rahman's skill set?
His
Making
voice,
music. Music is a skill set. If you look at anybody, creativity, music is technical. His skill set is music. If you look at any company, if you look at any individual, if you look at Uber, you look at any company, you look at a bank, so particular skill set. So the first is mindset, second is skill set. So you need to know what is your skill set, what set of skills do you have that you can serve people with. The third
is skill set.
First is mindset, second is skill set. So if you were to draw
skill set.
Ideally, I would have you draw out a car. So the first wheel is mindset, the second wheel is your skill set. Your third wheel, is what?
Skill set.
Yeah, the third wheel.
Yep.
The second is skill set. The first is mindset. The third wheel on your success utility vehicle is what I call BDSM. Can somebody tell me what BDSM stands for? Can you tell me what BDSM stands for? BDSM. Don't have that naughty smile on your face. BDSM. What does BDSM stand for? It stands for Business Development, Sales and Marketing. BDSM.
Yeah.
Business Development, Sales and Marketing. So you have the mindset, you have the skill set. How many people they have excellent skill sets? So they are very good at what they do. They are great engineers, they are great architects, they are great doctors, whatever skill set they have. They have a good mindset, a beautiful mindset. They are very positive. Or they're working in a company, they have it, but they don't have the ability of business development, sales and marketing, or which I call the ability to influence. Do you know such people who are really good, but they are unable to impact a lot more people? They are unable to reach out because they have not mastered the art of BDSM. BDSM, business development, sales and marketing. You need to have skills that can help you influence, that can help you communicate, that can help you negotiate, that can help you make your point. If you can connect to somebody and let them know that you're there to serve, that's what BDSM is all about. If you can help them know that you can add value, and I don't believe sales in the traditional sense where you shove the thing down a person's throat, or you harass them. Sometimes credit card callers, they harass the person, they keep calling him. That's not how I believe influence is. Influence is getting the person opposite to really desire your product or service. So that's the third thing. You need to become a master of BDSM. You need to understand sales, you need to understand marketing, you need to understand business development, because only then you can grow. And the fourth wheel, which is very, very important. All the four wheels are important. The fourth wheel is action, is A. Action, because all the other things, let's say you have the mindset, let's say you have the skill set, let's say you have BDSM. Will anything work until you take action? Will it work only if you take action? Yes?
Yes. So the execution is the importance.
It's the most important thing. All are equally important, but without action, all the other three things are just in your head. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
You guys getting it? You could type yes if you're getting it. Are you getting it? So these are four things you need. So in anything, in any success you need, yes, Any success you need. Thank you, Pawan. Thank you, Ashit. Thank you, Moinuddin. Any success you need, you just put these 4 ingredients. It's like a formula. You just put these 4 ingredients in anything and you study. So, in the past 20, 25 years of my life, I have worked with some of the highest performers, multi-billionaires, movie stars, everybody. And these are 4 things everybody has. I'll share with you. Can Abhinash, okay, can you
So
repeat? Of course, I can repeat the 4th one, Abhinash. The 4th one is A, that's action. Action, till you don't act. Whatever you have to act on it. So let's say you have a beautiful mindset. You believe everything is possible, you believe you're good, you have the skills, Avinash, what are you good at, for example, Avinash? You could type it out. What is your skill set? What do? You could type it out right now. Whatever it is.
me?
No, Abhinash, the gentleman who asked the question. And the 3rd thing, technical expertise. So you have technical expertise.
Okay, yeah.
You have technical expertise, Abhinash. So you have a mindset. So let's say you have a mindset where you believe things are possible. There's a very powerful book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which I read when I was 14 years old. It showed me the power of our subconscious, how we can do it. So mindset is very important. Skill set. So you have technical expertise. 3rd is BDSM. How good are you at influencing people? How good are you communicating? How good are you at making people understand what you want them to do? How good are you at connecting with people on a heart level so they know you have their best interest in mind? But all these 3 things will work out only if you take action. Till you don't take action, till you don't pick up the phone, call people. So for us, what was the action? I had to send those messages to all our clients, telling them, we have an online solution. I'll share another story with you, which shows how these 4 things work. And anybody's life, you see, any success, whether it's individual, a company, these 4 elements are the key. So if you master these 4 elements, it's like a recipe. Once you know the recipe, you just need to act it. And of course, personalize it to your own life. I'll share a thing with you. So I was in college and, we had summer vacations. And I always like to work. In my head, it's like I need to work. And my family, I'm a Sindhi. So I was living alone in Bombay, in Mumbai. And my family was in Tehran, in Iran, So I was going for summer vacation. And in my mind, I had, I have around 1.5 months of summer vacation. And while I have friends there, I want to work, I want to make money. I was very young. I was around 17 years old, 16 or 17 years old. In Bombay, we go to college early. It's called junior college. I think in Delhi, I'll go later. So I was in 11th standard, I said, okay, I had this idea in my mind wherein I want to work. I want to make the maximize the use of my time. I want to work. I want to add value. I want to make money. And once you have ideas in your head, opportunities come. So I had this idea in my head, in my heart, in my subconscious. So I was going in the lift. We were living on the 6th floor. I was going in the lift, and in the lift there was a gentleman. And I looked at him. He was around 50 years old, and he was carrying some books. It was English learning books, because in Iran, they don't speak English. So, I asked him a question. I said, sir, are you going for English class? It was morning time. I was going to buy some groceries for the house. So it was morning time. And he said, yeah, I'm going to English class. I said, that's very nice. And I know something about the English teaching in Iran. So in class, it's very theoretical. They don't learn to speak. They only learn about grammar. So it's just theory. They don't learn much to speak. I told them, sir, what if I can teach you English in 1 month to speak? Perfect, fluent English to speak. Would that be something you would like? I asked him a question. I did not tell him you should learn English. I just asked him a question. If I could teach you English in 1 month fluent, guaranteed, you will learn to speak English. Don't pay me till you don't learn. Would that be something you would like? He said, yeah, sure, I would love that. He doesn't know me, he just sees me as this guy. And he doesn't even know I am Indian, because, we kind of look similar. I'm speaking in Persian to him. Then he asked me, okay, how much will you charge me? So just off the head, the elevator is coming down. I just tell him a figure. I say, I'll charge you $300 a month. So this happens all the time in business, He says, that's too high. It's very unlikely somebody will tell you that's the perfect thing, And it's a good thing. If somebody tells you it's high, it's a good thing. You know why? Because they want your product or service, That's why they're negotiating. I said, okay, how much would you want it? Okay, if $300 is very high, how much would, if you were to pay me, how much were you to pay me? You know. So I don't give him a counter. I want to see what he says. So he says, Yogesh, I can pay you $250. I said, okay, you can pay me $250, but let's make it more fun. You know, uh, if you get more than one person, so if you get your friends, I won't charge you 250. I will charge you $200. So get me your friends. I will charge you $200, not $250, because in my head I made a quick calculation. If he gets two people also, that's $400. So it's better to make $400 than 250. And I knew he's going to class. I said, you're going to class. Why don't you share this with everybody? So he says, where will you teach me English? I said, oh, my apartment is there on the 6th floor here. This is my address. Come tomorrow morning, so your class starts at 8:30. Come at 7 in the morning to my house. We'll have a lot of fun. And Iran starts early in the morning. It's one of those countries where things start early. I said, come 7 in the morning. This is my address. He said, okay. I said, but before you go, give me a small token amount. He says, what do you mean? I said, we sealed the deal. If you come alone, you pay me, $250. But if you come with more people, pay me $200. So whatever money you have so he removed some money. I took the money. I sealed the deal. That's very important. When you're cracking a deal, take a small amount, because I took a very small amount, maybe $1 or $2. Of course, I'm converting riyals to make it easy. So I took probably $2 and I sealed the deal. Now, next morning, I'm at home. I put on nice clothes, and when I was in high school, my hair was all spiked up. I used to wear T-shirts with all things written on it. So I said, no, I need to look formal. So I put on a nice shirt. I set my hair kind of up. Now, I haven't had a haircut because of the lockdown. And I got to look formal, right? Because all these people are coming. So I need to be presentable. The way we look, it really matters. If you go to a doctor and the doctor is in short dress, and has like a colored green hair, even if he's the best surgeon, you might not trust him. You might say, don't do the surgery.
Right.
So everybody has to look a certain way, or if you go So I said, okay, I got to look a certain way, and of course after that again I get to whatever. So these people come in, and this guy, comes in with 50 people. So he comes in with his wife, he comes with his classmates, they have all the classmates, and I said, he comes in with his children. So we have 50 people in our house. We don't have enough space. So we said, we'll do it Indian style. What is Indian style? You sit on what is Indian style? You sit on the
floor.
On the floor, yes.
So you sit on the floor, and then you have a blackboard.
Yeah, we didn't even have a blackboard. I didn't have. We said only conversation. So sit on the floor.
Okay.
And unless you're very old, you sit on the chair. But most people, you sit on the floor. And we had only one law, and the law was, speak in any other language than English, I will fine you. I will fine you $5. And the reason I was doing the fine is not for the money, but because to get them to think in English, speak in English. And once one person pays a fine, once you pay a fine, if you have ever paid a fine, any of you has ever paid a fine, once you ever pay a fine, you will most likely not do that thing again. So once you have paid a fine for not wearing the seatbelt, it goes in your subconscious. So probably once or twice people paid a fine, and then we just spoke in English and we had just fun. So I said, our focus is to have fun, because I believe only when you're having fun, when you're in a playful mood, when you're enjoying yourself, you will learn. And we did that, and for a month, we would speak, we would chat about everything. It didn't have to be about life, about things they would share. And by the end of 1 month, all of them were fluent in English because their fear had gone away. So there was no judgment, there was no embarrassment, just speak out, just share. Even if you're struggling in the beginning, just share more. And that 1 month, so I made 50 into $200. How much is that? 50 people, $200. How much? $10,000. That is $10,000. So I made $10,000 in a month, which was a lot of money. Today it doesn't look like a lot of money, but that time for a young guy it was a lot of money. It was worth more than like $1 million or $2 million is worth to me today. And if you see, again, I used all those 4 principles. I'll show you how. The first principle is mindset. The SUV, the success. Mindset. Because I had a mindset that I can add value. I want to work. So in my mind, I said, I want to do something in my vacation. I had this in my mind. I had a mindset and I believed I can. The second thing, I had a skill set. What was my skill I had? What skill did I have? You could write it down. What skill
So the skills that influential, like
before
showing
that?
the other person their
That's
advantage. English.
it's English, yeah, English. I had that skill. So Blossom, Avinash, English. My ability to speak English was a skill I had. The third thing, I had empathy. Yes, the third thing was BDSM. That is my ability to influence. So my ability to influence, my ability to ask him a simple question. If I can help you to learn English, would you like that? I did not tell him you have to learn English. I did not force it down his throat like some people try to force things down. Force never works in selling. It's like seduction. You cannot force a girl to love you. The girl has to love you from her own heart. Or you cannot force a guy to love you. A guy has to love you from within. So the third thing was BDSM. I asked him a few questions. What were the questions? What if I help you? The other thing was negotiation. Since I've been selling since a very young age, negotiation is a part of my DNA. I've learned it over time. So negotiation, he wanted less, but I scaled it up. If you can scale up things, you can really make more money. So the same time, I invested the same time every day, 1 hour, 1.5 hours. But now, instead of teaching one person, I was teaching 50 people. And today we can do the same thing with technology. So how can we scale up? And the fourth thing, I acted on it. I took the initiative to speak with him in the lift. I did not just think in my head he's carrying an English book and create a fantasy. So I acted on it. And that's why I got results. Anybody in the world you see, you look at Bill Gates, you look at Steve Jobs, anybody, it's these four things. Even in your life, subconsciously, if you look at your own life, all of you, if you look at your own life, your own successes, you would see these four ingredients are there. The success utility vehicle, very powerful. I can share many, many examples. I can share you how Bill Gates did it, how Steve Jobs did it, how many of our clients did it, Like we have a client right now, they're a digital marketing company. We help them with influence and all that. So they lost a lot of clients. We told them, try this out. Ask a question. How can I benefit from this? What can I do to benefit from this? And we have a complete procedure. We won't have time to share the whole system and procedure with you, but we have a complete procedure. So we took him, and from losing business, now that client, their company's name is Be Online, Abhishek Shah, his name is, they've got a contract for the Spain government, tourism of Spain. So they have a contract right now because tourism has fallen, contract for that. The second thing might sound a bit dark, but I like to look at things as they are, not, people think I'm all about positive thinking. It's important to be positive, but it's also important to look at things as they are. So they've got a contract from 7 funeral services in America. They're based out of Bombay for their digital marketing because a lot of people are passing away in America. So 7 of the funeral services have given a contract to them to do digital marketing. So their business has grown. Okay. If you look at things, if you ask yourself a question, as I said, how can I benefit from this? Implement the SUV, grow your ability to influence. So this guy is sitting in Bombay, sitting in Mumbai, right now we call it Mumbai. I was born in the 80s, so I still call it Bombay. But sitting in Mumbai, he got a contract for the Spain government for digital marketing. So they can digital market whenever tourism opens for their tourism. He got a contract for 7 funeral services in America. People are passing away. Funeral services need to market themselves. So when you go on the internet and search for a funeral service, his clients will turn up, and since he's helping them generate revenue, generate value, he himself is getting value. That's what it is. Would you guys be trying these out? All of you who are on the chat. If it is yes, say yes.
It's logic.
Would you be trying these things out? Because that's the only way you get a benefit. Yes, perfect. That's good to know. Because that's the only way you get benefit.
Well, I'm gonna personally apply this SUV theory because it works really well for closing deals. I'm gonna definitely try this.
Absolutely, you can close a lot of deals. So while other people in our industry, I really don't believe you should do things for free because people don't value it. A lot of people in different industries, you see so many webinars going on for free. People don't value free. And people don't get the benefit of free. So for example, we have a 1-month program, very powerful program. It's called Sales Mastery Systems. It's a program which I share like 15 years, 20 years of my learnings, what we have done to go from any level to a higher level. And that program, we price it at 29,000-30,000 rupees. It's for an individual. It's not a corporate program. It's an individual. And it wouldn't matter even if I give it free to people, and it wouldn't, my standard of living, I would still have the same house, the same car, I'll still go on my same holiday, nothing would change. But still, because if we give it for free to people, they won't value. They won't work hard enough. But when you start charging people money, they work hard for the thing. When people spend 10, 15, 20, 30 lakhs to go to the IITs, they work hard for it. When people go to Harvard, spend $200,000, they work hard for it. So you need to start charging people for your goods and services, so that you value it, so that they respect it and they get the benefit out. The same product, if you go to a restaurant, there are two restaurants, ask this out, you want to go on a date, you're single now, Sajal, you've got your SUV, you have gone on the top of the hill, beautiful girlfriend, ask her out and tell her, there are two restaurants serving the same meal, exactly the same meal or same coffee, but one of them is free and one of them is paid. I guarantee you she will want to go to the paid one, even though this quality is the same. Because people, when they value things more, they value, even for you, you are wearing those beautiful AirPods, in your ear, Apple AirPods, which cost you 15,000. Now, if those things were free, I guarantee you very few people were going to use it. Because when things are free, people don't like it. When things are considered cheap, it has to be value. When things are considered cheap, for example, Tata Nano. If you look at Tata Nano, the biggest mistake they made was they marketed it as a cheap product. Nobody likes cheap. People like value. They don't like cheap. If you tell them that you're roaming in the cheapest car, that's not what people like. Today, if you look at the streets of Mumbai or Delhi, you see more Mercedes-Benz S-Class than Tata Nanos. Because people don't like cheap. People don't like free. And that's the biggest mistake people make. It's not their fault, because they have not learned or they have not mastered the art of influence and sales. So they think if we reduce the prices, we will be able to sell more. If we sell cheap, we'll be able to. It's the reverse. When you increase your prices, when you increase our prices, we have more demand. Because we want only a certain type of client. We only want a client. We don't want 7 billion or 8 billion people. We want only clients who respect us, who value us, who connect with us, who understand what we're doing. And that's what people need to do. Go for clients who really respect you. Your client shouldn't be, if you call them, they don't pick up your phone. They should look forward. I'm looking forward to speaking to this guy. I'm looking forward to speaking to him, because when I speak to him, he gives me value. He helps me take my business. He helps me take my life to the next level. That's what we do. And we charge people for it. And they pay happily because they make 100 times more, 1,000 times more, 10,000 times more. That's what it is.
Great. Okay. So moving on. So like nowadays, ideation is one of the key success points that builds an entrepreneur. Yeah. So how is that one can observe and develop that constant process, of ideation in different stages of a product or a service?
Ideas come in the most unlikely places. Ideas rarely come when you are in a, ideas come in the most crazy places. The best ideas which I get, or the greatest thinkers I've got, are in the bathroom. So if you're taking a beautiful shower, away from your cell phone, away from TV, away from mind, you're in a relaxed state, right? Your mind, it's a science behind it. Your mind, your subconscious in a relaxed state. You've closed your eyes, hot water is falling over you. It feels nice. You feel beautiful, and suddenly you get an idea. Or you're sitting on your pot. You're completely relaxed without your phone, without anything. You're sitting on your pot. Yeah, it's true. Suddenly you get an idea. You look at history, the best ideas. Newton, he was sitting under a beautiful tree. Isaac Newton, an apple fell on his head. He didn't have WhatsApp, he didn't have, Zoom, he didn't have any distraction. He was enjoying the aroma. And he said, why did this apple fall? You look at history, the best ideas come in the most unlikely places. If you look at your own life, you would have got your best idea. Is that yes? Is that a yes? Are you getting it? I'm sure if it's the thing. So if you want ideas, you first need to start thinking in possibilities. You give it to your subconscious, you tell your subconscious, and don't think in terms of problems, think in terms of questions. So don't say, oh my God, my sales are down. Oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. Ask yourself questions. How can you convert it to a question? You can convert every problem to a question. So if your sales are down, you can ask, how can I increase my sales? How can I reach more people? Or, if you feel your health, if you put on weight, if you struggle, oh my God, I'm trying, I'm not losing weight. That's not how you lose weight. You say, how can I become healthier? How can I become more vital? How can I have a lot more energy? Once you ask that question, an idea will come. The idea could be anything. What could the idea be? Get up in the morning, go for a jog to your terrace, work out in your bedroom. Now you're in lockdown, do push-ups, play some music, Dance. So I love dancing. I love music, moving my body. I love listening to music and dancing, sweating it out. Because when you're sweating it out, you're letting go of toxins, you're releasing things. So when you move your body, ideas come. Ideas come when you're moving, when you're singing, when you're dancing. Suddenly, you get an idea. And that's the way you get ideas. And the thing is, or in the middle of the night, suddenly you get up. Suddenly you get up in the middle of the night and you're going to pee. You're going to the washroom to pee. And suddenly you get an idea. And now, when I get that idea, I write it down. I have a notebook. I have a notebook and pen near me all the time. And that notebook and pen is worth millions of dollars to me because those ideas are act on. So in the morning, if I get up, I'll forget the idea. So I've written an idea. Let's start the idea. So so many ideas, and only when you act on the idea, you can get results.
Well, these are, the real life examples I'm definitely going to follow each and every moment.
I'll share a couple. So you're speaking about ideas, I was 23, my first book came out when I was 23. My publisher is CNBC TV 18. Till now, they are my publisher. We have a beautiful relationship. We have ads running on TV for the first book was called Invest the Happionaire Way. And in my head, it's a bestseller even before it's released, because I like to sell. So in those days, we had a bookstore called Crosswords. So I would go and track the sales, and I'm tracking the sales. It's not on the bestseller list. And I am super, super, super agitated. I'm saying, oh my God, this should be on the bestseller list. So I'm thinking in terms of a problem. But then I say, Yogesh, calm down. How can I put it on the #1 bestseller list? I asked myself the question, and I got so many ideas. I'll share off some of them. So the first idea I got was planes were just starting. This is, the aviation boom had just started. New airlines were starting. So I said, what if we can sell this book on planes, on the flights, So I wrote to the heads of all companies. So there was an airline called Jet Airways. So I wrote to their CEO. I said, hi, I'm Yogesh Chabria. My new book has come out. I would love to discuss a business opportunity which will help you grow your revenue. Would you like to grow your revenue? Question mark. I wrote that to the CEO. Would you like to grow your revenue? Question mark. I didn't reveal much. Just a little, maybe a one page. I still have those emails on my list. We share them in our system in the 1 month, what you could do with your email. And the email, he replied, everybody wants to. He said, yeah, sure, So I said, let's meet. So I go to his office. They have a beautiful office in Mumbai, big building, nice secretary. So I meet him and I tell him my proposal. He says, what's your proposal? I say, my proposal is people get super bored on Jet Airways. It's a fact. You don't have in-flight entertainment. And my book is there called Invest the Happionaire Way, which will help people become financially powerful, independent. It's my own journey, how I came from nothing, how I built it. And would you like to sell this on plane and we do a revenue share? You have so many passengers. And, he was not open. He says, Yogesh, we have never done that before. And he looked at me because I'm only 23, he was older, he says, and he was quite rude. I said, yes, but the Wright brothers also had never come up with a plane. The Wright brothers had nobody had ever come up with a plane before them. They never said, it's never been done before. Just because something has never been done before doesn't mean it can't be done. And he got a little irritated or pissed off. He said, no, I said, okay, cool. We don't do it. He had a closed mindset. Second, I wrote to a company called Kingfisher. Same thing, I have a beautiful idea. It can help you grow your revenue. Meeting with their head, discussions. Again, he said the same thing. He said, Yogesh, it's never been done before. We have never done it before. I said, you can try it. People have tried it. That's how you have planes. That's how you have cars. That's how humanity grows. What you have nothing to lose. Close mindset. He said, no. I said, no. And I never give up. Third airline we wrote to was a company called SpiceJet. Young guys, same thing. We met. He said, okay, let's do it. We have nothing to lose. They ordered like 5,000 copies. He said, let's start small, 5,000 copies. We had a revenue share, and that became the highest selling book in the history of humanity. Sold more than Harry Potter because it's selling at 40,000 feet, right? So it sold like crazy. We made money. They kept ordering. And that's the importance of having an open mindset, being open to ideas. Jet Airways and Kingfisher were close to ideas. Today, they're shut down. They're closed, right? They're out of business because they had a closed mindset. So you need to have an open mindset. The second thing we did, I said, okay, corporates are a big client. I wrote to all the big corporates. So I met, for example, the head of L&T that time was Mr. A.M. Nayak. He's even the head today. Mr. A.M. Nayak is even the head. I wrote to him. And I said, I have a beautiful solution which can help your employees become financially independent. I would like to discuss it. Can I share it with you? I won't take more than 30 seconds of your time. That was the pitch. I won't take more than 30 seconds of your time. That's all, because I know he's busy, right? I want only 30 seconds of your time, and that's unique. And so we speak, and at 30 seconds, I said, thank you very much, I will leave. And I start walking out. And he said, no, wait, come back, I said, but I said 30 seconds. He said, no, this is a beautiful idea. He calls, he calls his head, and he says, how many books you want us to buy? I said, how many employees you have? He said, we have 50,000. I said, you should buy 50,000 books, Don't discriminate with your employees. He said, no, that's too much. So we start by selling 10,000, 20,000 books. And that's how we became a bestseller. And so in anything, if you start thinking innovatively, if you start thinking on networks, how you can capitalize, how you can associate with people, how you can ally with people, how you can grow, infinite opportunities all the time. That's the power of the human mind. The human mind has so much power, nobody knows.
Great. So these are really, really cool things. Because these are very tiny things that never get noticed by people.
Abhinash has a beautiful comment. Thank you very much, Abhinash. So you see, storytelling is an art. If you can understand story, you don't need to push people. And that's what we share. If you can, because you get people in a mental state, you get them to see what they can do, and they come up with their own solutions and answers. If people come up with their own solutions and answers, if people come to know, okay, I want this guy's service, I want Yogesh's services, I want to learn from this guy. This guy has my best interest in mind. And remove the risk. So whatever we do, I believe I don't deserve your money if I can't add value. I tell people, if you don't benefit for a product or service, we have a money back guarantee on everything, because that's how confident we are in what we're doing. The old world, in the earlier supermarkets, you would go 30 years ago when you were kids, there would be things, goods once sold won't be taken back. Do you remember that? Goods once sold won't be taken back. Do you remember that, guys? Yeah, you remember that. Good. It doesn't work that way. Amazon became a multi-billion-dollar thing because they give you money back guarantee. We give a money back guarantee because I don't believe in taking anybody's money if I don't give them 100 times the value, 1,000 times the value. And that's what we need to do. Give value, be confident, be honest. Today is a world where, everything is transparent. If you do one wrong thing, you know it on the internet. So the earlier days, of manipulation, saying, goods once sold won't be taken back, all of that is over. It's all about value, honesty, telling people if I can't serve you, people think I'm a speaker. No, I just speak from my heart. So if you were to call me, Sajal, and tell me speak on wine, I don't drink alcohol, I can't speak on wine. You tell me, speak on, I don't know, so many topics that I just speak what I know about, I speak from the heart. And that's what. That's why there are no time limits. So our seminars go, for 2 days, 3 days, because there's no time. It's just sharing. It's just being with a friend. That's how it is. Can we, what's Blossom asking, can we get a recording or test of this session? I made notes, but I think, of course you can get a recording.
Yeah.
Of course you can get a recording. Of course. Absolutely. Sajal will be sharing a recording with all of you.
So the recording will be uploaded on YouTube after it gets edited?
Sure. Send me a link, all of you.
Definitely, I'll be sending you a link.
I'll share it on our social media. So all the guys who are following our social media could just take it, go back to it, listen to it, and act on it.
Definitely. So, okay. So coming to the last question now that we have. So you guys, dealing with people is the most critical aspect,
Yeah,
and since these are unprecedented times, so how can an entrepreneur keep his employees motivated and, more collectively in achieving the personal as well as the organizational goals?
The best way to keep your team as a leader, is two things you could do. The first thing you need to do is be honest with them. Don't bullshit them. If you are losing revenue, don't tell them we are doing great. I know a lot of organizations, the entrepreneurs say, oh, we are doing great. You're losing revenue. You need to tell your people, we are in it together. It's like a family. We are losing revenue. What is it that we can do? Give them a task. Say, okay, we need to start thinking, what is it that we can do? What can you do at end? It's like a war, right? If you're in a war, you need everybody to be in that war mode. Everybody has to be in a war mode today. Everybody has to be in a war mode. It's like an economic war. It's a financial war. You need to be thinking all the time, what can you do? That's the first thing. And the second thing is, don't make things worse than they are. So support them in whatever way you can. So for example, we had no salary cuts because we're always thinking about expanding. If you can take the hit, because as an entrepreneur, as a leader, You should take a hit first. That's my belief. If I'm an entrepreneur, I should, because I should have the capacity. I should be strong. So it's like a family. If I have kids behind me, if my son is there, my son is 3 years, and a bad guy is coming, I will take the hit first because I'm supposed to be strong. I should take the hit. I should protect them. So I hate it when I see companies, who are financially strong, who are firing their people, because they can take the hit. Because if you are faithful to your people, if you take care of them like a family, like a father or like a mother or like a parent, those people will give you the best. You need to take care of them like your own kids. And if you start taking care of them as your own kids, unless things are so bad for you, then also there's a way to tell people to go. You help them. You tell them, okay, we can't pay your salary, but this is what we can do for you. These are some skills I can gift you. So if you're going on your own, I can gift you the ability to influence. I can gift you these skills. We can stay in touch. I can help you, introduce you to my network. I know a media company, people who have worked for 20 years with them, they get a call one morning, like this happened 5 days ago. They get a call one morning. They said, don't come to office, you are fired. A very big media company. Now that isn't the way to do it. According to me. You need to take care of your people. You need to be with them, because I believe in the theory of karma. The theory of karma is scientific. What you sow, so shall you reap. It doesn't matter whether you're a Hindu or not. It works for everybody. If you exercise all the time, it will show on your body, right? If you don't exercise, it will show on your body too. If you eat healthy, it will show on your body. It's the same with your life. If you are honest, it will show on your life. If you are genuine, it will show in your life. If you help people, it will show in your life. All the things. If you love your family, it will show in your life. If you love your wife, if you love your husband, when you meet your wife, when you meet your husband, if you give them a tight hug, if you give them a beautiful kiss, it will show in your relationship, right? It's the same. So these are a couple of things every leader should do. Be genuine, be honest, believe in the theory of karma, take care of your people, be full of your heart. If your heart is not in something, don't do it. If your heart is not in your business and what you're doing, quit. Start something new. There's something for you. That's what it is.
Great. So thank you very much, Yogesh. It was really an intriguing session and really an enthralling session. So let's open some of the questions to the audience, and let's see if anyone has to ask anything.
Sure. Absolutely. I would also like to give a gift to everybody who took part, but we'll come to the gift after the questions. Just remind me of the gift. But yeah, continue. You could ask any question you have, guys.
Yeah. So let's see.
You could type in any question. Okay, I'll share about the gift. Till people are thinking about their question, I'll share about the gift. So we have a very beautiful program called Sales Secrets. So this is a 90-minute program. It's not the 1 month program. It's a 90-minute program called Sales Secrets. Would you guys like to have it for free? Type yes. Whoever wants to have it could type yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So there's one question from Monidin Salman.
Okay, we'll come to his question. We'll come to his question. Since all of you would like to have it, what we are doing is just go to Google. Just go to Google and type Yogesh Chabria Sales Secrets. We'll give it to you for free right now. Just type Yogesh Chabria. Just go to Google. We'll do something fun. Go to Google. Type Yogesh. That's Yogesh. Chabria, Chabria. Sales, SALES, space secrets. Okay. Did you guys get it? If you got a link to our product, just type yes.
Monidun says he has got the link.
Okay. Now click on the link, guys. Click on the link. Click on the link. Click on the link. A page will come. This is a product, and this product is going to be free for you with a code. The code is also there on the thing, but I'll share the code with you right now. The code is Corona free. So the discount code is Corona free. So we want everybody to be Corona free. We want Corona to be wiped out. And we also want people to make the most use of their time. So beside Netflix and Amazon, you can't find the link near sheet. Sales secrets, just type sales secrets, Yogesh Chabria. It's the number one link. It's the number one link, So we like to be number one at whatever we do. So all of number one. So the number one link, it's the most popular program. This is our most popular program. 90 minute, it's a 90-minute program of influence. You learn a lot of things in 90 minutes and a lot of fun. So you go to the program and you buy it, you fill in your details, and you put in the code Corona free, it becomes free. Whoever gets it, you could proceed. So you just fill in your details. I'll hold on. Let me see. Maybe I can share a link. Can we share links here? But I think most people got it.
You can share it on chat.
I can share it on chat. Okay. I'll just share it on chat. Go to the chat. Yes, got it on Google. Just type Yogesh Chabria sales tips. And then fill in your details, fill in all your details, and there'll be a discount code where you put in, then use code, and you will get, use the code is Corona, can type Corona free. So whoever's done it can just type yes, but you need to fill in your basic details, your address, whatever. It's like a form. You could try it out too, Sajal, while you're doing, or you've heard it already.
Well,
Do it.
No, I'll definitely do it.
Do it now. I'm telling you, what happens. People always say definitely, and
doing it.
You're going on. Do it. I'll hold. Do it. I'm telling you. That's the thing, when you do things in the spur of a moment, it happens. Do it right now.
Yeah.
That's the thing, when.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
You got it? Yeah, buy it. Click on buy.
Secret.
Yeah, go ahead, click on it. Put in the code Corona free. The
buy now.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, clap for Niyushi. Niyushi Mehta, you're quick. That's nice. Niyushi, that sounds like a Japanese name, Niyushi. Is that Japanese or Mehta's must be, Mehta is not, but I don't know. Niyushi sounds like a very Japanese name. Great. Why is it showing me a hand, lower hand? So you'll get it on your email, Niyushi.
Yeah.
Done. Okay.
It's a Japanese word, but she's an Indian.
She's an Indian. Okay. Has she written? Have you written Niyushi? Mahesh Jain was also.
Yeah.
You are
a Japanese name, but she's.
It's a Japanese word, but I mean, okay, cool. We should clap for Mahesh also. I like your positive. Yeah. It's a workbook, but there's a link. There's an audio link. There's an audio link, so you'll get 90 minutes of audio. So Moinuddin, there are audio links. When you read it carefully afterwards. Yeah, we'll have a nice journey together. There are a couple of links in it which you could click and link, and there's also Q&A in it which you could do. You got it, yeah. You got it, Moinuddin. Did you get it?
So you and I got it now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. I'm happy everybody got it. And wait, now I'm going to the Q&A. Yes, I can see the Q&As. Wait, let me read the Q&As.
Yes. So there's Moinuddin Salman who has written. He has a question.
Yeah.
And he's asking, like, how can people transition to a different role utilizing the four wheels? The four wheels. An example will be quite helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I can see Moinuddin Salman's question. My question is, how can people transition to a different role utilizing with an example? Okay, Moinuddin, I can, the best way to discover what you want to do. Okay? The best way to discover what you want to do, how is that, Moinuddin? Is it for me to tell you or for you to discover it on your own? You can type yes or no. What is it? What is the best way to discover? So the best way to discover is if you discovered it, right? Now, what do you want to transition to? Correct. If you discover it, what do you want to transition to? Can you share with us? Okay. You are unable. Okay. So okay. So you want to master your ability to say, influence, persuade, movement. Okay. Now, once you put this idea in your head, okay, very good. So you want to grow your ability to communicate, your influence, persuasion, business, development, sales, and marketing. Beautiful. It all starts once you have an idea. So when I was born, I was not a master of selling, right? When I was born, I was a kid, right? I would struggle. Or when I was born, or when you were born, so I was looking at my son, or all of us, if you look at your life, when he started walking, he could not walk. He could barely crawl. So he would struggle, he would fall. He would struggle, he would fall. But the more he struggled, the more he fell, the stronger he became. And that's for everything. So let's say, Moinuddin, you want to learn business development, sales, and marketing. That's why you attended this program. I believe everything that happens is for a reason. There's a higher purpose. There's a reason. So you attended this program. You got access to sales secrets. We had a conversation. So the spark in you got ignited. The spark that, okay, I want to go on this path. So there is a desire which gets ignited. And now one thing will lead to another. One thing will lead to another. So all you need to do is try it out. So let's say we discussed 4 ideas, 5 ideas, 6 ideas. After this 90 minutes, you listen to this program. There are tasks there. So I give tasks because I believe only with tasks you can do things. So I give tasks. So like any task you give, the person does it. So there are many, many tasks in that program which you listen, do those tasks. So for example, even when somebody joins our company, we give them a task. It's not an interview. So if somebody is joining sales, we give them a task. Can you get somebody? So in fact, Hari is on this thing. He also did this task successfully. So we give a small task. Can you get somebody to buy you a coffee in a coffee shop? Can you get somebody to buy you a coffee in a coffee shop? So can you approach somebody in a coffee shop and get you to buy a coffee? Now, even getting somebody to buy a coffee for 200 or 100 rupees, Colonel, the code is sales secrets. Colonel TPS Gill, the code is Corona free. You have it there. Corona free. Yeah,
Corona
together.
free.
Corona free.
I've written it Corona free.
That's free. Corona free. Yeah, thanks, Colonel. So can you get somebody to buy a coffee? What is the cost of coffee at Starbucks? 150, 200, 250 rupees. It's not about getting that 250 rupees. It's about the mindset. Because just to approach somebody in a coffee shop and ask them, and you could be playful, you could be honest, you could say, this is for a job I'm doing. I want to apply for a job, or I'm doing a program with Yogesh Chabria, and one of the tasks he has given me is to go to the coffee shop, and that leads to so many conversations. You become a friend. So start at point A. So if you want to learn the alphabet, start with A. So that's the way you start up with anything. And don't compare yourself. You don't say, okay, this guy, he's such an expert, I'm not yet there. You'll get there. Keep trying. Even when I started, I knew nothing. I made lots of mistakes. I fell down. I had lots of failures, but I got up. That's how you learn to speak. When you were a kid, how did you speak? Did you speak English or Hindi? मुझे इतनी अच्छी हिंदी आती है, आप कैसे? No, you say आपका, बुबा, गीगा, गुगू, mama, papa. You struggle, right? It's the same with everything. When you first started your cycle, you had those side wheels. You had those side wheels for support. So our programs are like the side wheels for support. We like to give the support, but eventually our mission is that you don't need us. You don't need our programs because you've learned it, right? Once you learn it, you remove the wheels. If you have the wheels, even with the wheels, can you fall? Of course you can fall. When the wheels come off from the cycle, can you fall? Can you get bruises? Of course you can fall. Of course you can get bruises, but you get up. The bruises heal. That's the same way with everything in life. So all you need to do is act, go on the journey. One thing will lead to another. But start off the journey. Don't be hesitant. Don't be afraid. Keep moving on that journey. Don't stop that journey. What's the next question?
So
was I of help, Moinuddin? Was I of help? Was I helpful to you? Okay, great. Happy to know, Moinuddin. Happy.
Many thanks, Yogesh.
Great. Cool. Great. Go on the journey. Take action. Great. What's the next question, guys? The next question is from Rizwan Dadan. You want the book? You can buy it. It's that simple. You can. In fact, there's a deal on. So you want the book? You have the program, Rizwan. You can just go on Amazon and type "Succeed the Happionaire Way." You have ebooks right now. They're great deals. You could check them out. Go on Amazon and just type Yogesh Chabria. You could check out "Succeed the Happionaire Way." Mahesh Jain has done it. Mahesh Jain has a question. What are your views on multitasking?
What are your views on multitasking?
Okay, so you see, what on in business. Okay, so you see, Mahesh, if you understand human psychology, you understand the human brain. Of course, Colonel, you could speak to our team. You could connect with Hari. You could just go in Google. You could connect. Yeah, of course, you could speak. So multitasking. So if you understand human psychology, you understand the brain. Different things are meant. So there are different types of multitasking you can do. Now, I'll share a thing. So for example, right now, okay, right now, we don't have help at home, so I wash the dishes. I sweep the floor. Okay, now I multitask. What do I do when I'm washing the dishes? I'm listening to beautiful biographies. So I'm listening to the biography of Andrew Carnegie on Audibles. So Andrew Carnegie, if he was alive today, he would be $400 billion. So he became a great entrepreneur, a great philanthropist. So that's multitasking because I can wash the dishes, listen. When I'm sweeping the floor, I can sweep the floor and listen. But if I'm speaking to you and on the side I'm doing my Instagram, on my side I'm doing my WhatsApp, I'm not giving 100% attention. I'm not being dedicated. I'm not being involved. I'm not being focused. And if I do that, I'm not giving justice to either. So that's the worst type of thing you can do. If I go in a meeting, I tell the person, our meeting will be 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, but for 2 minutes, you have my complete attention and I expect you to give me your complete attention. So if you are on your phone, if you're anything, let's not have the meeting. So if our meetings are 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. It's done, we get to the point. That's it. Okay, what's it? Let's move it. Or it's a call, complete attention. Don't multitask there. If you see when we were kids, I was a very naughty boy. I'm still a naughty boy. We used to take a magnifying glass. You had ants and you had the sunlight. Did you do that?
I've done it with paper.
I was a bit cruel. I would do it with ants. I would take it, the ants are black. So I would put the sunlight's rays on the ants and the ants would move. Because there was so much focus. The rays were not spread. If you multitask too much, a lot of entrepreneurs do. They spend 14 hours in the office, 15 hours in the office, but they don't get the result. I spend less time at work, but I get more results because of focus. Because when I'm doing that, I'm doing that. When I'm playing with my son, I'm only playing with my son. I'm crazy, I'm jumping, I'm laughing. If it's raining, I'm jumping in the puddle. If I'm with my wife, I'm only there, So be with focus, that's the only way. Don't multitask otherwise. If it's complementary, understand. If you can listen to music and work out, run, listen to music, work out, run. But it has to be complementary. It can't be two things so if your eyes are needed, so your visual senses, your mental senses are needed. If you're in a meeting and you're on your phone, you're doing justice to neither. Keep your phone on silent. Focus on one thing. That's how you get results. That's how you get ideas.
So Yogesh, great, and it was really lovely speaking with you. Really lovely connecting with you.